Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel Academymaster. Dear students, since lots of you are requesting for some importance and some guidelines for some tips for preparing for your NBSE board examinations, so this morning I came up with the tips how to study, how to approach your mathematics subjects, and then after this I will be making a next video on science also, how to prepare the science. So which are the chapters where you can score more, which are the chapters where you have to study less. Got it or not? What are the things where to study and where not to study? So we are going to discuss today all those things. So first, in class 10 mathematics, dear students, remember there are 6 5-mark questions. That means in the board examinations 2020-21, you will have 6 5-mark questions, which is equals to how much? 6 into 5, how much? 30 marks you will get 5-mark questions. Got it or not? So one by one we'll be discussing from which chapter the 5 marks will be coming, and this one I'm telling you according to the both patterns. Okay or not? So please practice according to these patterns. It will be very beneficial to all of you. Okay, this is the patterns, this is the blueprint given by the NBSE. Okay. So first of all, I will suggest all of you to under 5-mark sections you start practicing chapter number 3, the first chapter number 3, that is pair of linear equations in 2 variables. Pair of linear equation in 2 variables, you start practicing these chapters. 3 things you have to practice from these chapters. One is what? Substitutions method. One is eliminations. One substitution method you have to practice. Okay. Another one is elimination method you have to practice. Okay. Got it? That is exercise 3.3, 3.4 and then 3.6. Okay. Got it? So substitutions, eliminations and exercise 3.6. B1, question number 1 to 8. You have to practice these 3 things from the chapter number 3, and out of these 3 things only one will be coming for the 5 marks. Okay, dear students. So you may have internal choice also. It may come in the or also. Sometimes it may not come. Okay, or so don't think like that. Okay, you have to practice all these 3 for getting 5 marks. This is very easy one. You can easily get 5 marks here in these methods. Okay, dear students, especially exercise 3.6. okay, I'm telling you again, especially exercise 3.6, it's very important. All the 8 questions you have to practice it very well. Okay, now this is clear which chapter it belongs to. This is a pair of linear equation in 2 variable. It is chapter 3 in your book. Okay, in your NCERT book it is chapter 3. Now coming to second chapter from where if you will get 5-mark question is application of trigonometry. That means height and distance. Okay, height and distance chapter is there. From there one questions confirm it is coming for 5 mark. And what is the name of the chapter? Chapter 9 in your textbook. Okay, got it? So applications of trigonometry, chapter 9, height and distance. From here also one 5-mark question is surely going to come in your board examination. So you have to practice these chapters. Okay, next, triangle. Okay, so triangle, it belongs to which chapter? Chapter number 6 in your book. Okay, so triangle is chapter number 6, and from triangles, of course, exercises and all those things, so definitely you will practice. But beside that, for those students who are finding little difficult in triangle chapters, for practicing exercise other exercise like 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4 and 5, it is not included. Okay, so all those things, if you are finding it difficult to practice, difficult to learn it, then dear student, my suggestion is you better go for the Thales and Pythagoras theorem ka proof. You do it only this one, Thales and Pythagoras theorem proof. I think that will be enough for you. So better you practice these 2 theorems from here, triangle chapter, Thales and Pythagoras. Most probably I suggest that out of these 2, one will be coming. One Thales is very much confirmed that chances are high that Thales will be coming this year. Okay, next, for so this is chapter 6, which will be giving you 5 marks. Okay, for 5-mark questions will be coming. I'm not telling that these chapters contain only this much mark. I'm telling you that 5-mark questions will be coming from these chapters. Okay, now Chapter number the fourth chapters is circle. Here we have only one exercise, dear students, 10.2. So you practice properly. 10.2 you have to practice. There are 13 questions hardly. Okay, so those 13 questions, if you practice it, you are going to get from here how many marks? You are going to get here 5 marks. Very easy, guys, this one. I suggest that every one of you should practice this. Hardly 13 to 10 questions are there in circle, and from there, out of that 10, along with the examples, you will be getting 1 5-mark questions, and 2 theorems are there in this. So those theorems are not 5-mark theorem, that are small theorem, but questions are there, 10 questions in exercise 10.2. You please practice it. It will be giving you around 5 marks. 5 mark 1 questions will be coming from this section. Okay, now moving on to the 5th chapter, which is coming for 5 mark, is surface area and volume. Okay, this surface area and volume chapters, okay, from this chapter also 1 5-mark questions will be asked in your board exams. Okay, surface area and volumes. Got it? So this is nothing but chapter number 13. Okay, so from chapter number 13, 1 questions for 5 mark is going to come. That may be related to toy, that may be related to cone, that may be related to hemisphere. Okay, but first term will not come. Okay, first term is not coming. Either it will be cylinder, hemisphere, cone, sphere, all those things from those sections. Basically it will come from conic sections or hemispheres. Okay or not? Got it? From this section only most probably chances are there to be asked. So this is surface area and volume chapters. From here also you need to practice. 1 5-mark questions is going to be asked from this chapter also. Then another one which is very easy, I told you in the last video also, chapter number 14. Okay, this chapter I recommend that none of the students should miss. If you are missing, their students, you may fail in mathematics. That's what I should say, because this is one of the easiest chapter and the most scoring chapter. From here also you will be getting 1 5-mark questions. Okay, got it? 5-mark questions, it will be coming from here also. But according to me, in my opinion, exercise 14.3, okay, the questions may be that 5-mark question may be from 14.4. okay, that 3 questions given in the book. From there you may get 1 questions, or who knows, others exercises are also there. From there also it may come, but according to my opinion, chances are there that 14.4, from there 1 questions may be asked for 5 marks. Okay, so statistics chapter also comes for 5, not it's contain more than 5 mark, but 1 5-mark questions will be asked from these chapters. So these are the 6 chapters from where you will be getting 5-mark questions in your board exam 2021. Okay, got it? So total mark, if you practice this 6 chapters properly, total marks you are getting is 30 marks. Okay, so chapter 9, it consists of only 1 exercise, pair of linear equations, 3 things you have to practice, that's all, nothing else to touch. Triangle you have to practice 2, theorem Pythagoras and Thales. Circle you have to practice 1 exercises. Surface area and volume, of course, you have here 2 or 3 exercises. And statistics, I told you, exercise 14.4. beside that also some exercises are there, you need to practice it. So dear students, make sure this 5-mark section you don't miss single questions in your board examination, because if 5-mark alone you are attempting all the questions correctly, you may get 30 marks. Got it? So which will be nearing to your pass mark also. Okay, got it? And I suggest all of you that in the examination you should start with the 5-mark section first, provided you know the questions properly. Okay, so you can note it down, pause the video. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about, we have already seen which are the chapters from where we are going to get a 5-mark question in our board examination 2021. Okay, now we are going to see, now in the second sections we are going to see the chapters from where we are going to get 2 marks, 3 marks and MCQs. From which chapters we are going to get, we are going to discuss now. One by one I will discuss. Okay, MCQ 2, 3 marks chapter. Okay, this is our heading. So first of all, we'll discuss about chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, as you know, the last two exercises is deleted. Okay, so simple things are there, LCM, HCF, okay, all these things are left, so you practice it properly. From chapter number 1, you are not you are getting only 1 2-mark questions. There will be no MCQ asked, no 3-mark question asked from chapter 1, no MCQ asked from chapter 1. Only you will get 1 2-mark questions. Okay, 1Q means 1 questions. Under which section? Under 2-mark sections you will get 1 question from real number. So basically this chapter is going to give you total number of questions which will be asked from this chapter is 1 questions. Okay, and it consists of how many marks? 2 marks. Okay, so I hope point is clear. Moving on to the second chapter, polynomial. Polynomials, you will get 1 3-mark questions from this chapter 2. You will get 1 3-mark questions and 1 MCQ you will be getting from these chapters. Okay, so from polynomial chapter, I should suggest you that polynomial MCQs you should study. Chapter number 2 ka MCQ you should study, and 3-mark 1 questions will be coming from this chapter. So total it gives you 4 marks. Chapter 2, it's very short chapter and very scoring. You are getting 4 marks here, very simple. So practice well properly. Okay, chapter 2. Okay, now coming on to chapter number 3, pair of linear equation in 2 variables. This chapter becomes very important because I have already told you that from this chapter we are going to get 5 marks. Questions are going to come. Okay, so there will be no 3-mark question, no 2-mark questions, but MCQ of this chapter 3 is important. You need to study 1 questions in MCQ sections you will get from chapter number 3. Okay, dear students, so you have to practice it properly. You have to study properly MCQs. Only those MCQs which are given in your textbook, if you study that, that will be enough. Okay, so from chapter number 2 you need to study the MCQ. Chapter number 3 you need to study the MCQ. Okay, next, chapter number 4, quadratic equations. In quadratic equations you will be getting, there will be no 3-mark questions here. Okay, and there will be 1 2-mark questions and 1 MCQ will be there. So in this way, chapter 4 quadratic equations, you are going to get 2 marks 1 questions. Okay, got it? 2 marks or 3 marks 1 questions you will be getting, plus you will be getting 1 MCQ. Okay, got it? So 1 MCQ sections is there in your chapter 4. Okay, so that one also you need to study, because from here choose the correct will be coming. Okay, 1 mark. See, choose the correct is very important. It comes for 10 marks. So dear students, whichever chapter I am telling you choose the correct is coming, those chapters ka choose the correct which is given in the book, you please study it. Okay, next, chapter 5, arithmetic progressions. So arithmetic progressions you will get 1 3-mark questions. Okay, in arithmetic chapter 5, 1 questions will be coming for 3 marks and 1 MCQ will be coming. There will be no 2-mark question in chapter number 5. Okay, only 3 marks and 1 mark, that is MCQ, it will be coming from arithmetic progression. So you need to study properly. Triangle chapter, chapter number 6, as I have already told you, this chapters is going having 2 theorems. So 5 marks and plus exercises are there. So 5 marks is also coming from this chapter. There will be no 3-mark questions from this chapter. 2-mark questions, 1 will be there, and there will be no MCQ from chapter number 6. So chapter number 6 ka MCQ you don't need to study. Okay, got it? Okay, now moving on to the 7th chapter, that is coordinate geometry. 7th chapter, coordinate geometry. Dear students, you will be getting here 1 3-mark questions in this chapter, 1 2-mark questions and 1 MCQ. Matlab 1 each it will be coming. 1 MCQ also will come. So MCQ of chapter 7 is important. You need to study, and 2-mark question also will be coming from this chapter, and 1 3-mark question also will be asked from this chapter. So it becomes really important. So it is, in this way it is giving you 6 marks. Okay, introduction to trigonometry. So introduction to trigonometry, dear students, in this chapter number 8 you will have 2 3-mark questions. Got it? You will be getting 2 3-mark questions. Okay, got it? And there will be no 2 mark questions, and MCQ will be coming from this chapter. And those 3 mark questions, basically I will recommend all of you that you practice exercise 8.4 question number 5 1 to 10. Practice these questions properly. Chances are there here you will get, surely you will get 1 3 mark questions from here. Okay, so chapter number 8, introduction to trigonometry, there will be 2 3 mark questions, there will be no 2 mark questions, and MCQ of this chapter need to be studied because it will be coming in the exams. Okay, so you can pause the video and take down, then I will move on further. Okay, so now we are going to discuss further, that is chapter number 9. So dear students, from chapter number 9 there will be no 2 mark, no 3 mark, no MCQ. Okay, only 5 marks questions will be coming from chapter number 9. Next is circle. Chapter number 10, you will not have any 3 mark 2 mark questions from here. You will have only 5 mark and MCQ. 1 MCQ will be coming. So chapter number 10 ka MCQ you must study. Okay, got it. Construction. Next, chapter number 11, constructions. So construction, since the syllabus, actually it comes for 5 mark, but since the syllabus is reduced, so from this year constructions you will get only 1 3 mark questions from exercise 11.2. the first 6 questions you have to practice it. Okay, out of that you will be getting 1 question for 3 marks. Okay, I mean to say exercise 11.2 question number 1 to 6, you need to practice it properly. Okay, from there you will be getting 1 questions, and MCQ of this chapter no need to study. Next chapter is what? Area related circle, chapter number 12. So from there, chapter number 12, you will get 1 3 mark questions, 1 2 mark questions, and 1 MCQ will be coming. That means chapter 12 MCQ you must study, dear students. Okay, next chapter 13, surface area and volume. Surface area and volume, you will know in these chapters you will not get any 3 mark questions from here. You will not be getting any 2 mark questions, but MCQ and 5 mark questions will be coming from this chapter. Okay, again I am repeating, chapter 12 13, 5 mark questions, 1 will be coming and 1 MCQ will be coming. So chapter 13 ka MCQ becomes important, you need to study it properly. Statistics, chapter number 14, you will get 1 3 mark questions from here. There will be no 2 mark question from statistics, and 1 MCQ also. You don't need to study chapter 14 MCQ, it will not be coming. Okay, and 5 mark section also 1 question will be coming from here. Okay, next probability. Okay, so probability you will get 1 3 mark questions from chapter number 15 probability, and 1 MCQ you will be getting. That means chapter 15 ka MCQ you need to study properly, and 3 mark questions 1 will be coming from this chapter, especially the dice, then balls, then another one is coin, then card related questions will be asked. Okay, so this 3 or 4 type of question I told you, study those things, it will be enough. So overall, dear students, if you see in your board exam you will have 3 mark questions, 10 questions will be there with choices. 3 or 4 question chapters will be there where you will be over, or questions will be coming. Okay, not all, only 3 or 4 questions will be there, 3 mark section. So 3 marks, 10 questions will be coming. So total marks you are getting from 3 mark section is 30. Okay, 2 mark sections you will get 5 questions. So total marks you will get in 2 mark section is 10, and MCQ it will be coming 10 marks. So dear students, here MCQ becomes very very important. Okay, so MCQ, all of you, whatever chapter I said that MCQ will be asked, you study those chapters ka MCQ. It is given in the book, answer is also given at the back, so study it properly. Okay, those who wants to get full marks, like you want to secure 80 upon 80 in your board examinations, then the strategy should be like this. First, you finish up the 5 marks chapters properly, 3 times 4 times you practice it properly with understanding. Finish up 5 mark sections first, then come down to 3 mark sections. You see the chapters in the list I have given you. Okay, you can take a screenshot, watch the full video, and from there you can note down from which chapters 3 marks are coming. Those chapters you finish it properly, okay or not? Got it? So if you finish 3 marks and 5 mark sections fast, then it will be very easy for you to cover up 2 mark questions. Okay, 3 marks and 5 mark section if you finish up, that means you are finishing up for 60 marks. So 3 marks and 5 mark sections, all of you mark the chapters, practice it properly, make sure that you are giving sufficient time to mathematics. Right now also you have lots of time, dear students. From now also, if you start practicing, it is easy to get 100 in mathematics. So all of you start putting your efforts sincerely from now onwards. Okay, got it? And finish up chapter 5 mark question first, then 3 marks, then 2 marks, and MCQ. Though I told you which chapters you should study. Don't study the MCQ of all the chapters. Whichever chapter I mentioned here, you study the MCQ from those chapters only. Okay, got it? So dear students, all the best and prepare very well for your mathematics examinations. As some of you are requesting for analysis of other subject, of course I will be coming up with the analysis of other subject also. Little bit I'm busy with my personal works, that's why I could not make a video for a long time. I hope you will understand. And of course, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe the channels and share the videos with your friend if it is helpful to you. Thank you.